Welcome back to our channels, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't had every Malibu resident that was affected by the fires smash that subscribe button, go ahead and have them smash it right now. First and foremost, let me give a shout out to the following patrons. I love you. You're the heartbeat of this channel. Believe me when I tell you, you're the only thing keeping this going. Stay tuned for your well-deserved shout out at the end. This episode right here, man. Yesterday, I did a video on Do I Hate New Guys? Kind of sum that up, right? Something I came to realize about being a brand new correctional officer is that when you are brand new, you don't have a clue as to what is going on within the department, meaning what your sergeants are doing, what your lieutenants are doing, what your captains, your AWs, your chief, your wardens. You honestly don't even know who they are. I say that because when you're brand new to a prison, if you're an officer, you don't even know who the officers are, right? Initially, you have to get to know them. You have to observe them. You have to work with them. You hear the gossip, the rumors about certain people. Half of them are true. Half of them are not. You know how it gets down. So I don't expect brand spanking new correctional officers. You know, as I dwell on this or think about it, I don't expect them to come at me with open arms. And rightfully so. They're brand new to the system, let alone who the hell is this guy? Who the hell is this fucking guy on the internet popping off at the mouth, throwing rants, tantrums and whatnot? That's how they see it. That's fine. That's totally fine. Then you got the people on the line saying, nah, that guy was a dirty cop. Now in their head, oh, fuck, he was a dirty cop. Fuck that guy, right? Now, was that true? Well, it's not true. That's not true. But they're already had that in their head. Unless they continue to watch or realize that that person gets down, they can start making decisions on their own, right? It's a group think environment. It's a collective. It's a toxic environment is what it is. The most toxic environment. You guys want to know, I don't think anything can beat that as a toxic environment. Nah, Hector, I work at a Jack in the Box and there's some pretty toxic hyenas there. I don't know, man. That prison, it gets fucking down, nasty, grimy, ruthless as vatos. And that's just the green side. Now, is that what this topic is about? No. So, you know, I wake up early, 3 a.m., program time, rutina every single day, like clockwork. And I go check out the CDCR website, see what there is to talk about. They've been very quiet lately, and good for them. Good for them. They're not all that hoorahing bullshit about the California model. So again, if you're a new correctional officer, number one, you don't know who people are, right? I never knew who even my lieutenants were when I was a young CO at Centinela. I don't even know who the captains were. If I were to think back in time, I couldn't even tell you who the AWs were. Right, that's how good it was. They didn't bother you. They didn't exist. They didn't bother you. You didn't bother them. Everything was fine back in the day. It was cool, man. Now, I don't know about now. So CDCR has this podcast, and I didn't want to say the podcast because I don't want to give them views, but honestly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Go hear it for yourself, right? And I was thinking to myself, man, I bet if I were to run CDCR's podcast, I guarantee you it would be a hit. It would be a hit. Why? I'm not going to bash CDCR. I simply call it how it is. Reality, the truth. Now, do I get animated in the process? Yeah, I get animated in the process. However, that doesn't take away from the truth. Hector, get to the damn point. That was a backstory, 3 minutes and 54 seconds in. They were asking a lieutenant, happens to be the PIO, Public Information Officer from New Folsom, CSP SAC, California State Prison, Sacramento. Hector, weren't you a Public Information Officer? Yeah, I was. Well, were you sucking dick and spreading propaganda? Not to the degree where people are going to get killed, right? Not to that degree. There's videos of me being interviewed. I'm not over there fucking pushing this mission, pushing the agenda all crazy. What I'm saying is, hey, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. On one of my videos, they said it's a challenge. Doing this is a fucking challenge. But we're doing the best that we can. I said the officers are doing the best that they can with the resources that they have. And that was my interview on Echo Yard, Donovan, home of the Menendez brothers. By the way, the Jimenez brothers. The Jimenez brothers are the Mexican versions of the Melendez brothers, man. Fucking Jimenez brothers. They're going to be walking free soon. And why? Because nobody sent me any documentation on their RVRs that have been deleted. That falls on you. God said that falls on you. That sure doesn't fall on me. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make that motherfucker drink. So in there, you have the podcast host. Shout out to her, man. You want to sit down and do a podcast? We'll do one. Don't be afraid. I'm a normal dude. It might go against the agenda, the grain, but trust me, that's what the people need to hear. They need to hear the truth. Here, let me drop you some hints. Let me drop you some tips, CDCR. You need to be transparent. You need to accept your mistakes on camera. You're the people. The public will love you for that. Trust me. At the very minimum, they're going to respect you for that. Everybody knows you're fooling them. Nobody likes to get fooled, Jeff. So I was like, let me give this youngster, the lieutenant. He looks young. He's probably my age. Same time in the department. Motherfucker could be my twin brother if he didn't open his mouth and start talking. Oh, Hector's taking a shot at the new PIO or the PIO from CSP SAC. No, that's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is that lady on the podcast host goes on to ask the dude, tell me about the California model. Tell me about the 4 pillars of the California model. Tell me about normalization of making COs and inmates friends. Hector, they didn't say friends. No, but the word relationship came out of Lieutenant Gonzalez's mouth. I think his last name's Gonzalez. I have a short memory span. Relationship. He said staff and inmates should have relationships. He said it about 4 or 5 fucking times. Go check it out. That struck a chord with me. That gave me the creeps, the heebie-jeebies. If you're a new cop, stop right there. Let a real motherfucking lieutenant tell you something. You're not in that prison to have relationships with inmates of any sort. Well, Hector, that mean we go around beating them up with our not baton? No, just means you're not going to have a fucking relationship with them at all, whatsoever. But Hector, Lieutenant Gonzalez said that these guys are nice and they're not going to hurt me. Sorry. I want you to imagine working at a dog pound. You know how there's fucking pit bulls that have been beat up all their life and then they want to bite you the first chance that they get? Prison is prison. Contrary of all the success stories that I've interviewed people out of prison, they were probably not the same people while in prison serving a life sentence with no hope at that time. Prison's a whole different system. Prison's a whole different entity, right? Right now, the dude I'm sitting in this chair, Cool Comic Collective, is not the same motherfucker that was pushing a line, wearing green, and my Under Armour boots with a side zipper, 6-inch, thank you. I don't like the other ones. Not the same dude, man. I had a different get down there. I had to. It's work. It's profession. Is it not a profession? Is it not a career, you sons of bitches? Where you can get killed at any time. So Gonzalez, by you saying relationships, you have failed your fucking people. You're going to be a captain soon. I can see it already. Good for you. What else did the guy say? He said, the murals. Yeah, there's murals on the walls now. Hector, what's your thoughts on the murals? It honestly doesn't matter to me. Mural's a mural. Is a mural on the wall going to prevent a murder? Well, no. Well, there's your answer. The murals on the walls do not make a difference to me at all. True story. But will a mural on the wall prevent a murder or an escape from happening? Kern Valley State Prison. No. Okay, we got that out of the way. He talked about planting what do you call that shit? Folger. Motherfucker, the plants, the brushes, shrubble, I think the dude said. Motherfucking planting shrubble. Watermelons, Ironwood State Prison. How about you thank the Sureños for beating your fucking ass with a watermelon fucking field? Again, I'm not claiming or encouraging an all-out war between blue and green, motherfuckers. What I'm saying is there is a line. Well, there was supposed to be a line. Hey, new COs, there's supposed to be a line there. Since the CDCR has fucking erased that line and trying to bring you to the other side, make you a criminal, in your head, draw a line. This is a line that I will not cross. This is a line. I will pick the brains of OOG motherfucking COs that are hiding out in the tower or driving around the prison in the OP car, and I'm going to say, hey, man, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Rather telling you they wouldn't do that for a freaking reason, for survival. Survive the career and survive their life. Period. Damn, Hector, this is a pretty good episode. Very informative. What other shit did that Lieutenant Gonzalez say, that son of a bitch? Beautification. He said beautification gives it curb appeal. Damn, Hector, you have a good memory. He said if you plant roses in front of a housing unit, it's like gives it curb appeal like a house on the streets. Okay, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I'll tell you what we're doing here from a former real lieutenant in the California Department of Corrections. Oh, then he said incarcerated persons. As soon as the word incarcerated persons came out of his mouth, I knew that the dude was a no-go. Oh, Hector, you are bashing him. I'm calling it like I see it. I give Lieutenant Gonzalez from CSP SAC, PIO, a thumbs down for using the word incarcerated persons. Just call him an inmate. Just call them inmates. The inmates want you to call them inmates. No motherfucking tough, hardcore gangbanger wants to go to prison and be called an incarcerated person. That's a slap to the face. That's degrading. How dare you degrade that gangster? You'll fucking go to hell, dicks. He said, what the fuck did this guy say, this clown? Incarcerated persons. Forgot where I was going with this shit, man. Motherfucker. Oh, if you're focused, right, and CDCR is focused on painting murals, transgender pronouns, making relationships with inmates, calling them incarcerated persons. I had somebody reach out for me from a certain prison and said that they all have to change the post orders now for changing the name from inmate to incarcerated persons. All right. There's 8 hours in one shift. There's 24 hours in a day. If you're teaching and training your cops on this bullshit that has nothing to do with corrections, what you're failing to train them is how to properly apply restraints. Cesar Hernandez. How to prevent escapes. Cesar Hernandez. How to escort inmates and ADSEG. Corcoran. Throat slash. Fuck you, Lieutenant Rubio. Go to hell. Think his name's Rubio. Motherfucker, close that investigation on me. Part of the problem, scumbag. Alarm response, how to quell riots, how to quell fucking violence. Damn, Hector, you would have made a damn good CO. Well, I was. But anyways, why? Because I know my bread and butter. My bread and butter as a correctional peace officer is to ensure the safety and security of an institution. Oh, yeah, Hector, but we're going to change. We're going to change the model. We're going to give the inmates more rehabilitative programs. Yeah, well, how's that working out for you, Jeff? How the fuck has that been working out for you with those 60 murders, you son of a bitch? This episode has been sponsored by the following patrons. Rick, put a work order in. Jolene, John Wick, Abuelita's Journey, Abuelita's Dharma, Rodrigo Cup, Keep Pushing Forward, Giant Manhattan Pizza in Anaheim, go check them out. Justina, Casas, Scary Perry, It Is What It Is, Third Watch, Desert Warrior, James, Luis, Miguel, The Real Chit, Justin, MC Counselip, Manuel, Lena, Jeremy, Frank, Roberto, Lilybutt, all you pedophiles pretending to be gangster, 89 made me. You're a long way from Starbucks, homie. Ali, Terry, Ramiro de Leon, The Hound, Miss R. Milkers, Xander's on my feet, La Primera Play at Your Own Risk, 209, A-Rod 310, Chris Lesniak, I don't know, I'm not the regular, Pachanga 209, Darlene from Santa Ana, F your mandates, write me up, VSP Eddie, Sabatino, Earth, Blood, Operator, Adalberto, Mercenary Mindset, Any Reason I Can't Hold You, Fontaine, Dixon, McCrary, Program Time, Carnalito, Treatment Not Time, and Force Fit, My Outdoor Activity, Gigi, onto page number 2, love you guys. Brother Matt at State Issued Collection, Shut the F Up and Make It Wink, A La Verga 760, Miss Rod, G-Ride, Vote Newscom out. I think Newsom's up for another recall, man. Third time's a charm. The Prison Psychologist, Fuerte 84, Zeus, Michigan Wolverines. Shout out to you, my boy. I have an 8-hour chrono. Put me out 6 self. AWOL like Monty. 1 bad yard battle. Cherokee Cat. Raider 62, L. Eli, Gerardo, Rigo, SD, Pelon 1205, who's doing the pipe, Denise, the real McCoy, not the fake McCoy, JB Smooth, the Pogan, the six-pack, CO, call the sergeant, I need to get my KOPs, Ricardo, Maladjusted, Ragtops 5.0, Carmine the Pitbull, EOP Whisper, F your 602, Viva Mexico Cabrones, put your trust in the Lord, your ass belongs to me, La Reina, Central Coast Tactical, shout out to you, Perrito, Winston, El Skid, the OG Hobie Cat, Lead with Love, Albert 12 on the dead, homies, LT keeps it 100, Big Uso D, J.I. Esquiel, Nova, Linda, the retired CO, Marius, onto page number 3, Chevelle 66, subscribe to Correctional Officer Diaries. I'm going to say that again. Subscribe to Correctional Officer Diaries on YouTube. And the homie Rags, if you haven't already signed up for that Patreon, make sure you hit that link in the description below. You're definitely missing out. Love you guys. Keep pushing forward.